Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel today. So if you've watched my channel before, you know that my main OS is Windows 7. So I'm making this video today because on my other OS that I use for games, I had to go through the whole process of getting rid of Microsoft Copilot, and that took me so long to do because they're trying to integrate it deep into your operating system, which I think is a terrible idea if you ask me. So, I just want to bring up some other points of mine on why I don't like something as powerful as ChatGPT-4 that can control every aspect of my operating system in my own OS. Let's take a look at Valorant. Their anti-cheat has ring 0 access to your kernel, which means it will turn on before your PC is fully booted into Windows. And that can also happen on 10 and 11. It doesn't really matter what version of Windows you're using. That anti-cheat is so intrusive, it has ring 0 access. Now, I just want to give you guys some other things. There are some other ransomwares out there like Hello Kitty, WannaCry, and things like that only have ring 3 access into your kernel, which basically means that whenever you have things like, not Ricochet, I think their anti-cheats Riot or something like that, I'm not too sure, I don't play Valorant, but when you have anti-cheats like that into your kernel, that can mean if anyone gets control of that, you're just fucked. Now, it goes way farther beyond than just having access to your PC. Now, it's pretty, it's just hard to fully grasp what they can fully do with ring 0 access to your kernel. They can affect your hardware at the BIOS level. When you have ring 0 access to something, that is equivalent to quite literally having full control of your whole computer, not just tied with your OS. That means if you were to be hacked and someone has ring 0 access to your kernel, if you have other operating systems on your PC, they can fuck with those other operating systems. Even if you have Linux installed, they can go to that other partition and they can mess with that if they want to. If you boot into it, they could potentially still, your computer could get ratted at the level of your BIOS. Your BIOS would literally be infected at that point, which, it's not, I don't want to say the end of the world, but it can be solved if you just re-flash your BIOS. But there are some PCs out there to where that's just not an option, to where you can't just reflash your BIOS. There's only a few PCs, like the ones you build, mainly gaming PCs, to where you can reflash your BIOS. If you're on a OEM PC, you can hardly reflash your BIOS at all. You kind of just have to buy a brand new computer if your BIOS gets infected or deleted. So my main point with this is, if we go back to Microsoft Copilot, I mean, this is just, basically that anti-cheat on a whole other level, on my opinion. So, I don't have this installed anymore, but if I were to ask Copilot if I were to ask this AI to do things like, hey, turn my PC on dark mode, it can turn your computer on dark mode. And to me, some people think, oh, hey, that's convenient. I can have this do many things that I want it to do. But to me, this is fucking scary. That you have a AI that is powered by the most powerful end-user AI that you can use right now, can control every aspect of your operating system. I mean, I never want AI integrated into my OS. This is why I use Linux. This is why I use older operating systems primarily as my main OS. Because I feel like right now, technology can't go any further. It should not go any further for human safety, in my opinion. I feel like what we have with AI right now is perfect. AI does not need to go into any other form besides what it is in right now. It needs to be used as a chatbot. Now, sure, I'm fine with AI getting more information, having more knowledge, being a better AI to use. But AI cannot evolve past this, or else we are doomed as a human species if AI gets any more powerful. Or not necessarily more powerful, but if it gets to any other realm. But, if it gets any other realm besides it just being on your PC that you can ask questions, our race is gravely endangered. So, and, as me saying that, that's why I don't want AI on my PC. Because let's say someone gets access to my PC. let's say if you're not good with PCs and you get a rat on your PC, which is a remote access Trojan. If they have access to this AI, they can make it do anything they want. They can mess with any aspect of your computer. Now, people might say, "Oh, well, this AI, it has morale. You can't just ask it to do anything." There are jailbreaks available for this AI, for Copilot, and there's jailbreaks for everything. There's a jailbreak for ChatGPT. There's a jailbreak for Claude. There's a jailbreak for Bard. There's jailbreaks for almost every AI out there, and the same thing goes with Microsoft Copilot. So let's say your PC gets ratted. They can have a payloader in there that can open up Copilot and then imply their jailbreak of the AI into Copilot, and then boom, they'll have an AI with no morale that can fuck with anything, any file, anything on your PC. So it's hard to say what it could fully do, but this is just my thoughts on it. This isn't facts, but I would imagine that this could be possible, to where they can take over the trusted installer and become the admin of all your files. And basically what this could do is they could make malware and ransomware easier to launch with AI, with the built-in AI to Windows. Because if you have full jailbreak of the AI, you can basically give this thing any command, any prompt, any code, and it can work with it to affect your operating system. So that would make payloaders so much easier, and it would make malware almost harder to find, because it's not really malware, it's just a jailbroken AI that is doing exactly what it's being told. So, say for instance, if your PC was ratted, so here's how we can tell, okay, yeah, there we go. So if we type in this command, netstat stat-b, we can see these are the active connections onto your PC. Now, I don't think I have any active connections because my PC is very deep loaded. I don't have any things with Microsoft, anything like that. And I'm on a VPN too, so it's probably not going to show that many things being uploaded in and out. Now, that doesn't really mean anything, but I'm just okay. My phone's kind of effed up, but as you can see here, LibreWolf, OBS, search host.exe. That's what Edge runs on because we're on their AI Copilot. So these are the things that are running on my PC. So let's say there isn't really an IP for me to look up because all the stuff, it's fine. So LibreWolf, foreign address. So let's say I have a proxy somewhere that I can use to remote shell into PCs. Let's say I want to create a piece of malware out there that would send the Chrome cookies back to my PC. So before, the way that would work is you would have to make a payloader that targets that directory into your Chrome file. So I'm pretty sure where it would be is it would be an app data, and then from there you just go to Chrome cookies, and it's a file. It's like a whole document of all your passwords, all your things like that is stored on your computer. And that's why I don't use Chrome at all, because you have passwords. It's just flawed. The whole Chrome password manager thing is just completely flawed, because it literally saves your passwords in a fucking document on your desktop. That is the most retarded thing ever, because if anyone with barely any hacking knowledge gets into your computer, they can just get all your Chrome passwords. And that's why, I would recommend Firefox with its primary password and everything, because if someone wanted to access that, it encrypts all the files for Firefox. So if you wanted to change your user Chrome for Firefox, you have to type in your primary password, because all the files for Firefox would be encrypted without that primary password. So how this can make it easier is, let's say if you have the Copilot jailbreak that's built into Windows, this AI is very powerful. As I said before, it is based off ChatGPT-4, which is the most powerful AI for end-user consumption right now. So let's say I ask it to do something. So let's say the first thing of my payload is to activate the Copilot jailbreak. Then from there, I can ask Copilot. Actually, I know there's a few more steps. So then from there I can have it to where it's linked, to where I have remote access on the PC's user. So once again, you would have to manually make one of those payloads. That's something you can just execute online. But the main thing on how this AI is scary, in my opinion, is it will just make hacking easier in general. So back to what I was saying, I can just have it to where I'm now connected to the PC of the user, and it would be much harder to inject any payloads, things like that, because you have antivirus on your PC. Even if you don't have a third-party one installed, Windows has their own built-in antivirus, so it could probably detect if you're trying to make a payload. I don't think it would detect Copilot jailbreak as any sort of malware, to where if it's opened up another thing, then Copilot, and then there's a jailbreak for Copilot taken on, it's not going to detect that. Then from there, you can tell Copilot, hey, this is the thing we're linked to, go into here, and then send whatever document back to the SSH on the person who originally has the main PC that's connected to yours, and then boom, they have your shit, and it's much quicker than it would be with regular malware. So once again, this is not factual, but this is just my concern with having a AI built in to Windows 11, in my opinion. I feel like it's a horrible idea, and this is why I stray away from modern version of Windows. The only reason I use 11 is for like 3 games that run better than they do on 10 on my older hardware. That's the only reason I'm actually running 11, is because the games run a tiny bit better than 10. But I would never run this OS for primary use, in my opinion. Or, not my opinion, I would just never run this OS for primary use, period, if they're going to have built-in AI integration. Because that's a huge security flaw, in my opinion. And I really hope there's some things with Copilot that make it almost impossible to get jailbroken. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.